श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
श्रीमत्कृष्ण समाह्वाय नमो यामुनसूनवे यत्कटाक्ष एकलक्ष्याणाम् सुलभः श्रीधरः सदा नमः यामुन पाद अब्ज रेणुभिः पावित आत्मने विदित अखिल वेद्याय गुरवे विदित आत्मने नमः अचिन्त्य अद्भुत अक्लिष्ट ज्ञान वैराग्य राशये नाथाय मुनये अगाध भगवत भक्ति सिंधवे
मम नाथ यदस्ति योऽस्म्यहं स्खलितं तद्धि तवैव माधव नियतस्वमिति प्रबुद्धधीः अथवा किन्नु समर्पयामि ते.
Second line sakalam. I heard some other word.
Oh, I see. Sakalam taddi taddi tavaiva madhava.
Right.
Did you say skalitam?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Sakalam taddi tavaiva madhava.
Skalitam meaning tortured. Tadumaritona.
Oh, I see.
Yesterday, a lady in other classes, Lakshmi Sahasranam classes, I told her that you made a mistake. She doesn't accept it. No, Swami, I did not say wrong spelling. So, the another lady is there, is ready to accept. Okay, did I say the mistake? Yes. This is the way Vaishnava Sampradaya expects us to say. Even if we have not done the mistake, admit that mistake. So, Swami, Keshava.
Yes.
English.
O Lord, whatever I have, whatever I am, all these verily are thine own. Or what shall I offer thee, O Madhava, being awakened to the consciousness that all these are thine own fixed property.
What I argued against Sri Yamunacharya in saying, Samarpitam, my individual soul has been submitted to you by me. Maya Samarpitaha. We saw that word. We saw that word in the earlier verse. Maya Samarpitaha. So I was claiming, how can you claim that your individual soul is your property? Now there is an answer here. So here, I again, because today is Prathama, I would like you to choose the word. Easy to choose first, madam. Whatever word you identify, you can just say.
Sakalam. Natha.
Sakalam, what is meaning Sakalam?
Oh, Sakalam. Everything?
Right.
Yeah.
So choose the word from the translation.
From the English? Oh, okay. Mama Natha, my Lord.
Okay.
Yadasti, whatever. Yosmiyaham. whatever probably I have, whatever I have.
Whatever I am. Yosmiham, whatever I am.
Yeah, I am. Oh, I see. Sakalam, I said, everything. Tadhi tavaiva madhava. Tadhi.
No, don't try every word.
Oh.
You take the word which is easy for you.
Atava means otherwise.
Okay.
Samarpayamite, that is, I surrender, give it to you.
Yeah.
Samarpayamite. Prabuddhadi, yours, God, Paramatma, like Prabhu.
No, name of the Lord. Sriman Narayana is there. Name of the Lord.
Madhava.
Can you split Madhava?
Madhava.
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 Madhava. Meaning? Means?
Ma means Lakshmi.
Right. Davaha.
Davaha. Lakshmi's husband.
Husband. Davaha means husband.
Yeah. Very good, Swami. It's really very helpful. Yeah.
Right. Now supplement Kesuda Swami, whatever has been missed by her. Or repeat.
Okay. I mean,
add to the English translation whatever is missing.
Whatever
she
is
said
missing.
Correctly. She said Mamanatha. She said Mamanatha.
This should be, oh my Lord. This then Yad Asti. Whatever is.
Right.
Whatever I have or whatever is. Whatever I don't
whatever
know.
is. Okay. Whatever is.
Yeah. Yaha asmyaham. Whatever I am. Asmi aham. Yeah. Sakalam, everything. Tadhi. I don't know.
Tadhi is tatuhi.
Tatahi. Oh, that's certainly.
Yeah, very good.
Tava eva. Eva. Tava eva. That is certainly yours. O Madhava.
So please translate into Madhava. Translate Madhava in English. O master of Mahalakshmi. O husband of Mahalakshmi.
Yeah, but does it have another meaning though also?
No, but what I want to say is, in English translation, why do you include all Sanskrit words?
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Okay. Niyatas. The next word is niyatas, no? Or
yeah. Last line in English.
Well, last line is in English. Samarpayami, I offer.
No.
Pay
line in
you.
English. I'm talking
I'm sorry.
about
Fixed
niyataha,
property.
Niyata.
Niyataha is property.
No. Niyata is fixed.
Fixed. Okay. Niyata is fixed.
Swam is property.
Yeah. Twam. No. Niyatas. Bum. I don't know.
Niyata is fixed. Swam is property.
Yeah, but is there a T there? There's no T. Niyata,
then swam.
Swam. My own.
Swam means
Swam
property.
is own. Huh? Swa.
Yeah. Swam.
My own.
Swa, you know, one's own. OWN.
Own property. Okay, own property. Et is thus. Prabudhir. I don't know what prabudhir means. Awakened.
Yeah.
Yeah, awakened. And atava.
No, no, Dihi. Prabuddha awakened. Dihi.
Prabuddha Dihi. Prabuddha Dihi. Awakened consciousness.
Right.
Yeah. Atava.
Athava. She said. She said.
Huh? He said.
She said.
She
Otherwise,
said. Otherwise. Oh, otherwise. Otherwise. Kim too. Kim too. Kim makes it a question. Kim Nu. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what nu is, but Kim makes it a question.
is it nothing?
So Kim Nu.
Kim is what? Kim is what?
Yeah, Kim is what? And nu is what? I don't know what nu is.
Te meaning?
Te means to you?
Right. That's all.
Yeah, do I offer to you?
No. What shall I offer to you?
Right, but what is nu mean? Nu.
Nu is doubtful.
Oh, doubtful. Okay. I don't know that.
It's an avyayam. It's an indeclinant.
Oh, okay.
It creates apprehension. That is doubt. Namely, what shall I offer to you means whether this is body or soul or whatever it is. The whole.
Okay.
So, Mamanatha, oh my Lord, Yad Asti, whatever is, as you said, Yaha Asmi Aham, whatever I am, Aham, I, Asmi, am, Yaha, whoever I am, all these, Sakalam, Tat is that, he, verily, or thine own, Tava Eva, O Madhava, husband of Mahalakshmi. Iti, being, actually, iti which means being. So, Prabuddha Dihi, awakened to consciousness, Niyataswam, that all these are thine own fixed property. Already, again, the word you have to take, Tava eva Niyataswam, thine own fixed property. So you know that my individual soul is yours, my body is yours, everything is yours. So what shall I offer you? Okay. So we'll go to the commentary. Madam, this is a little different method of dealing with the people will run away if all of us are all the participants are asked to give the meaning. Okay. So Padavari 53. Natha Madhava. So two addresses are joined together here. Natha Madhava. Sarva Swamiyai Lakshmi Nathanana Perumani. So please remember, when you call him Natha, we have some thought of exclusion of Mahalakshmi. That is why a commentator has given the two words together, Natha Madhava. We cannot exclude Lakshmi. So Sarvaswami, when he is the master of everything, she is also joining him. So she also has all these possessions, all the creations as his possession, as her possession. Lakshmi Nathanana Perumal. So he is the husband of Mahalakshmi. So when you say Natha, Dava, both are meaning same, husband, master, and so on. So Mama Yatra Asti, எனக்கு யாதென்று சொந்தமாக இருக்கிறதோ, so whatever is mine, Mama, is there the word Mama in there? Okay. Mama Natha has been taken here. Okay. So instead of my Lord, he says Mama Yatra Asti. The sense of possession. Sense of possession. Whatever I have. whatever I can claim as my own. So yaha aham asmi, yavanor nan irukkreno, whoever I am, tatu sakalam, adu muzhuvadum, all that, tavayeva unakke, eppozhudum சொந்தமானது. This is a difference between English translation and Tamil translation. So fixed property is not fixed property. Okay, also can be taken. Niyata is always is your property. Never ever is your property. Niyata stone. Please remember the word swa, which we use normally frequently. Swa meaning one's own, O-W-N, eternal property. Okay. So swa is one's own, O-W-N is called the swa. So again, so the swam is a single letter, a single syllable. Swam, yes. Yeah. Single syllable. Single syllable which gives the meaning property. Tamil சொத்து. சொந்தம். Iti என்று thus. Keshavdas Swami said it rightly. So Prabuddha Dihi. தெரிந்து கொண்ட புத்தியை உடைய அடியேன். Meaning, I realize, I understand fully that all, including anything, everything, that is creation, myself, my body, individual soul, whatever I have, possessions I have. So I realize that I know that all these are yours. Te unakku to you, kimnu samarpayam. Edaithan samarpi. What shall I give? Now, what is the problem is there must be some offering. There must be some offering. That is why we say, well, what should I offer? Now, while we go to the temple, it is said that while we go to the temple, while we go to meet elders, while we go to meet patients, while we go to meet children, so you have to carry some gift to them. You have to take upaharam to the Lord in temple. Upaharaha. Upaharaha is something to offer. So then avatarika. So இவனை மமநாதேதி, இவனை பிரமத்தோடு விடுகிறதன் என்று பார்த்தவர்கள். Here there is a dialogue between the Lord and the individual soul. This is how we saw earlier also. An individual soul is always confused with the sense of possession. So suppose for example, we register our house in our name, and it's called property. We register our land of grains in our name, and we claim it as our own. So the Lord, rather Sriman Narayana, will never want to keep us in always confusion. So he feels that we all should be out of confusion. Brahmattodu vidugirathu en. Why should we leave these individual souls to be in a confused state? They have wrong opinion. They have wrong concepts. They have wrong contentions. And therefore, so I must not leave them like that. That is what the Lord feels. Then he asks the question, who are you? He is asking the question to the individual soul. Who are you? Attai aarukku samarpittir? What did you offer? What did you offer? Whom did you offer? There are 3 questions here. Who are you? So what do you say? Aham Ramanujadasaha. Adiyen Ramanujadasan. Don't say, I am Tirunarayanan. So who are you when you say, I am the slave of the Lord? So Attai Arukku Samarpittar. Attai meaning somebody, something, some object. He points out. So what did you do? Well, you gave some fruits. To whom did you give fruits? He is asking the question. So enna nirubitha vidathu, when he is asking this question as a proof, so enadaviyum ye, enadaviyum aviyum ni, enadavi yar, yana, ingrabadiye, umadai neere swikarit jeevitanai. So these are all same concept. Atma samarpanamum, atma apaharatopadi என்று பண்ணின ஆத்ம சமர்ப்பணத்தை அனுசயிக்கிறார். பகவத் பரதந்திரமான ஆத்மாவுக்கு அனாதி அவித்யா சித்தமான சுவாதந்திரியம் அடியுமாக பகவத வைமுக்கியம் பிறந்து அத்தாலே ஹதன் என்று பீதி பிறந்த அளவிலே ததீயத்துவ அனுசந்தானத்தால் வந்த சாதாத்மிய ஏக கரண சங்கல்பம் ஆகும். ராஜ ஆபரணத்தை ரட்சித்து வைத்து பிராப்த காலங்களிலே கொடுக்குமா போலே ஆத்மாவை ஈஸ்வரன் பக்கலிலே சமர்ப்பிக்கை என்பதால் இவை இரண்டும் அர்த்தம் அன்று. லாஸ்ட் லைன் negates all the meaning that so far has been done. திருவாய்மொழி 234. The third line is very important. எனது ஆவியாவியும் நீ. That is enough for this particular line. எனதாவி ஆவியும். Then lastly in the paragraph in the Avatarika introduction, you have enadavi yar yan ar. That will take it. We take it up like little later. So enadavi aviyum. What is my soul? That is individual, jivatma. What is the soul of the soul? What is the life of my soul? You. So enadavi, my soul. To that my soul, you are the life. You are the soul. You are the soul of my soul. Enadavi aviyum. Avi in Sanskrit, in Tamil it means spirit. Invisible. Invisible life is called avi. So avi is steam, as you understand, steam also. Avi is steam. So our individual soul is like a steam. Steam disappears very easily. So aviyum. That means you soul of the soul. That is, you are the life of my life. So that is enough here in me. We will go to Avatarika. We will take up the full verse because it contains the full principle, full concept. We will take up the full concept later. Or of course, you can read the English translation.
In exchange for your great favor of mingling with me, I have you, I guess, in my heart. Now, how can I ever retrieve it? O Lord, who swallowed the seven worlds, you are the soul in my heart. Who am I? What is mine? You gave and took what is yours.
Who swallowed the seven worlds. So this is what we call in crude terms destruction. Otherwise they are called layaha, Sanskrit layaha, joining. The worlds first they are created. We say they are created. Then they are sustained and they are destroyed. So destruction doesn't happen. Energy cannot be destroyed. So energy goes back to the belly of the Lord. So you have that's why he swallowed the seven worlds. And you have a very good prank that you saw in the Krishna Avatara, that when Yashoda threatens him to open the mouth, he shows and all the world. So you have, so that means he is in us and we are in him, and therefore he is our heart. He is our heart. I have you as my heart. That is very important. So, but I want to know about you because you are in my heart. So you are the soul in my heart. Then who am I? Or what is mine? That we will take up later in the Avatarika. We will go back to Avatarika. So you find that some beautiful concepts in the paragraph. Avatarika. The Lord questioned us. I want to remove your confusion. I want to iron your confusion. Whom did you submit your soul? Then Umade Nire Svikaritirite. If and when the individual soul goes to Vaikuntham, or he is allowed to do Kainkaryam permanently, service permanently, that means Lord has accepted the individual soul. So Lord has taken back his own property. Lord has taken back his own property. Now, suppose I submit my soul to you, as I did in the last verse, I did Rama Yamunacharya's word, Maya Samarpitam. If you take it as I submitted the soul, that means I have stolen from you my soul. Atma Apahara. I have stolen, I am a thief. I have stolen my soul from you. So what is the emotion, what is the other feeling that we must have? Atma Samarpanate Anushayikara. Yamunacharya feels that the Samarpanam itself is a stolen object. Samarpanam, submission of a stolen object. Okay, so let us have it very decently. Now we will go to the next line. Bhagavat Paratantramana Atmavuku, the Jivatma, the individual soul, is dependent on the Supreme Soul. He is always controlled by the Supreme Soul. So, what happens in the middle, in the meantime, we have been ignorant all through our births. Anadi, beginningless, avidya, ignorance, siddham, result. The resultant effect of our ignorance all through this births, beginninglessly, without a beginning. We thought that we are independent, and then therefore we forgot God. We were indifferent to God. We were, not now. So we were indifferent to God. We abjured God. We didn't care for God. Bhagavata Vaimukhyam Pirandu. We didn't want to see God. We were atheists. We were reluctant to see the God. So Attale, so what happened? Because of our bad attitude, Hatan endru Beeti Piranda Alavi. We realized that we are finished. We almost lost our soul. Hatan meaning kill. So we have a feeling that we died. We died. Therefore, Beeti Pirandalavile. There is always a death fear. So Beeti Pirandalavile, we have now come to be afraid of. Fear is born in our heart. Then Tadiyatva Anusandhanatal. Now we understand that it is his property. Individual soul is his property. So we continue to go on thinking, meditate that it is his property. Then Tadatmika Karana Sankalpam. It is because of his decision. It is because of his decision that we identify the individual soul with the Supreme Soul. Tadatmika Karana Sankalpam. So what happened was, we take in charge the security of the royal ornament. We have a king in our kingdom. The king entrusts his jewels to us. So we take the jewel, we take the what we call lot of jewels, then keep them in our custody, keep them safe, and then when he wants them back, when the king wants them back, we return it safely. We return all of them safely without any flaw, without any error. So we completely give it back. So kodukuma pole, prapta kalangalil kodukuma pole. So when he wants it, we must give it back. We must not object, we must not delay. So Atmave Isharan Pakkalile Samarpitai. So here, this is the way that we are submitting our. Just like we keep jewels in our custody. For example, the banks have lockers. We keep our jewels in their custody. Of course, it is our own voluntary visit to the bank to take back the jewels. The Lord doesn't demand, the bank doesn't demand that your jewelry should be taken away. It is also done like that. When the bank shifts its premises from one street to another street, we were asked to take away the jewels. So we take away the jewels, and then we put them again in the locker. We pay for it also. So here we don't pay the Lord. So the Lord pays us. So Atmave Isharan Pakkalile Samarthi. Now the last contradiction is Ivai Irandum Artham Andu. This is not the purpose. These two are not the purposes of our submission. This is the way. So we are returning our individual soul. But how long did you keep your individual soul with you? A very short time. Very short time. Because of 100 years of living, we don't keep it always with us. Daily we submit. Daily we resubmit. Now I would also say that he is not only in our heart, he is everywhere in the form of atom, in all the limbs of the body, everywhere, from foot to head, top to toe. Otherwise, they will not function properly. I will put it this way, because he is there, all our limbs work properly. And even the stone, for example, insentient stone, is useful because he is there inside. We are not talking about the useless stones. Maybe they are useful sometime or other. Wherever it comes.
So Swami, so here in the previous verse, he used the word samaptam.
Yeah.
Samapitam?
You say sampurnam, putam sampurnam. The page is complete.
But I mean, here he's using the present tense, continuous, samarpayami. I am submitting. I am giving.
Yeah, right.
But in the previous verse, he was using a different form of the
Samarpitam,
verb.
past tense.
Samarpitam.
Right.
So he finished giving already.
No. The previous thought is because it is my soul, it is my own property. I felt that I submitted to you. Today I understand that it is not my property, it is your property, and therefore I am resubmitting to you. Prati samarpayami. The word prati is understood. Prati samarpayami. This is where Sanskrit differs from other languages. Sanskrit has got dhvani, the inner meaning, which you cannot see facially in the words. On the words you cannot understand. You can understand only by going deep into that. That is why we need a commentary. Otherwise, we don't need a commentary.
So a question came up. The question came up. We were discussing, and the question came up as to whether the property is an action of the soul. Is the soul a doer? Is he doing that action, or is it simply a realization that the soul belongs to God and is God's property? Because Vedanta Deshika seems to say, he seems to emphasize the kartritva, the doership of the soul. The soul has to do the property. But if I have a piece of my property and I lose it and I get it back, the property doesn't do anything for me to get it back. I have to do the searching. So the Tenacharya system is that the mother cat comes and the kitten doesn't do anything. The Deshikacharya, the Deshika Sampradaya, the Vadagalai Sampradaya, they say that some effort is involved. So is property an effort, or is it simply a realization that you are the property of God, as is stated here by Yamunacharya?
We have a little freedom. We have a little freedom. We are given some liberty to resubmit our soul. And prapatti, as you said, it also involves, as you say, exactly realization that our individual soul is his property. Both are there, because that is why we say in a simple example, a chariot cannot run with one wheel. Purushakaratvam is there. Even Mahalakshmi's interference is a recommendation. I would say a recommendation. So that is also necessary. Though they are one as a divine couple, my effort, as you said, my effort to surrender should be there along with her blessing. Then Lord will take the property back. That is our thought. All the three put together. Because you said Deshika Sampradaya, we have to involve Mahalakshmi also. Otherwise, Tarnacharya Sampradaya deals with Mahalakshmi as one of the Jiva Kotis.
But the Tenacharya Sampradaya also involves Lakshmi, because we read Sharanagati Gadyam and we see Sharanagati to Sri Devi is there in the beginning of Sharanagati Gadyam. So she is the Purushakara for both sects. Nobody's disputing that she's the Purushakara. But I think the Tenacharya Sampradaya, we see God is the father, Lakshmi is the mother, and we are like the children. Just Ramanuja says, Jagan Mataram, Asmad Mataram, she's our mother. So basically it's the same thing. The Deshika Sampradaya says mother and father are the parents. Parents are in charge. But the Tenacharya Sampradaya says father is in charge, mother is also in charge, but she is not father. She's not the same as father. And we're happy she's not exactly the same as father, because father will chastise us. Mother will never chastise us. So she will help us to approach the Father. So I think it's only semantics, the difference. It's not a big difference. Both sides, everybody is approaching God through Mahalakshmi, but some the Tenacharya Sampradaya is emphasizing her role as his consort, as his wife, whereas the Deshika Sampradaya they are both parents. They are Divya Dampatis. That is the emphasis in there. It's the same thing. If we have a family with a husband and wife and children, there is a relationship between husband and wife, and both husband and wife are the adults. They are the parents, no doubt. We have to agree. So what is more important? Is it more important that she is an adult, or is it more important that she is the wife? It's the same thing. I don't see a problem.
Sri Stuti of Vedanta Jika says, Mata Devi Tamasi Bhagavan Vasudeva Pitam. There is no what you call belittled role of Mahalakshmi. I now say it in negative way. Suppose Mahalakshmi refuses to bless someone, will Sriman Narayana follow suit? Yes. And therefore, but she never does it. She never does it. She has no habit of rejecting anybody. And therefore, Lord has to. So both of them have to agree each other. That's what I want to stress on. Both of them are agreeable to each other. Then only the blessing comes to all the children. And therefore, there is no question of her denying opportunity to anyone to get the what you call fruits of property. Again, as you said, Janacharya Sampradaya has to have Samashrayanam. Samashrayanam itself is property for them. And, only a slight difference between these two.
So also, I was thinking, you were saying about how he is everywhere and he is within us. We are within him, and he is within us. So today we were having a discussion on another group. I have a group, and we were having a discussion between the different sampradayas have different ideas. In Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, no Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti is not accepted. So then one fellow was showing me a verse in the Bhagavad Purana which lists these 5 types of moksha. Sarupya, Samipya, Sarshti, Salokya. Okay, and then the last one was called Ekatva. And I think Ekatva means Kaivalya. It's like Kaivalya. So Kaivalya means isolation. So, but I think we cannot admit, if God is in us, we can never admit to absolute isolation from God, because he is within us. So when you said he's within us, it means that even if we are enjoying Brahmanubhava by ourselves, and even then he's within us, and so there is some indirect contact with him, even in Kaivalya. There must be some indirect contact. So this is why, because we must admit that in the Shastras it says Ekatva, it says Kaivalya. These things are described as moksha. But how can there be moksha if God is not there? He is there, but indirectly, because he's within everything. He's within us also. So I told him, I said, even this Kaivalya, it's possible to go to Kaivalya, but it's not as much personal relationship with God in Kaivalya, because we're only understanding God through the fact that he is part of ourselves. It's a very limited and indirect way of understanding him, rather than seeing his Mangala Vigraha, his Divya Mangala Vigraha in front of us, and being able to actually serve him. So this was my thought, that even Kaivalya, we cannot say Kaivalya is absolute isolation from God. We can never be divorced from God. We are always connected to him in some way, but it is indirect in Kaivalya. He's within us. So when you said that, he's outside of us, but he's also within us. He pervades from the outside and the inside. That's what I was thinking. That's my understanding of Kaivalya is becoming more clear now after discussing with these other people. So I said to them, because they were saying in the Bhagavatam, there's a saying that the bhakta, the bhakti yogi, he doesn't want even these mokshas. He only wants to do kainkarya. He only wants to do bhakti yoga, devotional acts to God. So he will refuse the moksha. And I said it says in the verse he will refuse moksha if there's no kainkarya. So I said, but all the mokshas include kainkarya. Then he said, no, but what about ekatva? How does it include ekatva or kainkarya? It doesn't include kainkarya. And I said, it includes kainkarya, but in an indirect way, because only God is within us. So it's an indirect way. So that is why Brahmanubhava is a very low type of feeling, type of bliss. Compared to direct service, it is considered less. So like this, their idea is that if you're a bhakti yogi, you should reject moksha. You should reject moksha. I said this is hyperbole. In the Shastra, it says you should reject moksha for service of God, and we know that I think it was the Parasara Bhatta or Deshika Parasara Bhatta was saying, I want to be here in Sri Rangam to see the festivals in Sri Rangam because I know in Vaikuntha there's no festivals. So I would want to serve here rather than go to there. But actually, these people, even though they say that, they go to moksha. They don't take birth again to be here in Sri Rangam. They go to moksha. So it's a type of, in the Shastra, he's trying to emphasize how great moksha is, how great service in moksha is. And because he's saying it, service is most important to us, loving service. Therefore, we will even give up going to moksha for that service.
Now, there are 2 points from your beautiful discussion with your people. Number one, if I'm an atheist, if I deny the existence of God, and even when I want to throw him out of my heart, both are not possible. So he is there, as you said, indirectly connected with us. Number one. So number two, if I wrongly think that moksha will be an impediment to do my kainkariam service to the Lord, I don't want that moksha. That is why in moksha, we say Paramanandam is there, so Paramajnanam is there, Parabhakti is there. Suppose we forget to do kainkariam, because we are already in a very high blissful state. So if it is so, it is a big if. If it is so, then I don't want moksha. These are the 2 thoughts that came to mind.
Yeah, actually in Mokshapadi and also in Srivachana Bhushanam, Pilalokacharya says this, that we may go to moksham, but we have to be the very last thing we have to be careful of is that when we see the Lord, when we have shakshatkara, and we see the Lord, we may become so blissful that we are stunned with his beauty, and we cannot serve him. We're unable to serve him because we're stunned with his beauty. So we have to temper that bliss, and we have to make sure that we can still serve him. This is an impediment. In Artha Panchagam, he also says there are these virodhis. The last impediment to moksha, to kainkarya, is this Divya Mangala Vigraha, the bliss that we get from Divya Mangala Vigraha. It's not my problem right now. It sounds like a very good problem to have, this Shakshat Kara darshan, but they say they go to that extent. They've taken it to that extent. So I very much appreciated these points, and you said the same thing. So I'm sure it must be there in Rahasyatraya Saram also, and Deshika must have talked about it in so many ways also. It's a very interesting point. I don't think any other religion is going this far in understanding.
Dhritarashtra, physically blind, was shown the Vishwarupam by Lord Krishna, and he said, it is so bright I cannot tolerate that brightness. So I don't want to see you at all. So in that way.
स्वादयन्निह सर्वेषाम् त्रय्यन्तार्थम् सुदुर्ग्रहम् स्तोत्रयामास योगीन्द्रः तम् वन्दे यामुनाह्वयम् नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः नमो नमो यामुनाय यामुनाय नमो नमः यत्पदाम्भोरुहध्यान विध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहम् यामुनेयम् नमामि तम्
Srimad Krishna Samattvaya Namo Yamuna Sunave Yat Kataksha Ekalakshanam Sulabha Sridharaha Sada Namaha Yamuna Pada Abja Venubhihi Pavita Atmane Vidita Akhila Vedyaya Gurave Vidita Atmane
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः।